needs to work.
Yeah, this whole LNC fucking joke thing. Want to practice some more?
Not really, to be honest.
How did you like Kale sitting there when you're like, you lied, you
And
this,
she's
and
still
she's sitting there
shaking her head, I know.
she's such a fucking douchebag.
When I asked Jen, I go, when my dad told you that Kale threw you under the bus, did you believe him? And she's like, no. And I was like, why? And she's like, because she has no information. I'm not hiding anything. There's nothing that, she could have told him. I was like, Jen, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about she sold you out and tried to get you out of the house rather than her. And she's like, oh, well, I knew that. And I was like, oh, good.
She's such an idiot.
And that's when I told her, like, what Kale did and how she, like, gave her up and didn't care. Like, seriously, like 10 seconds after, she's like, I can't do that to Jen. And I was like, Kale, it's another week for you in the house. 100% guaranteed you will not go home. And she sat there and thought about it and sighed and got down right away. How awful did I look after that competition? I was a mess.
It worked. It was tough. It looked like you put everything you had, and
I was crying up there so many times too. I really was. Could you see me like muttering things?
not really. I was so glad because I went inside a couple times.
I know you did.
And I had to pee. And I went inside, and I'm so glad that I wasn't inside when that stupid bitch grabbed that bar. Because I knew that was the end.
Why did they never come back on the speaker and say anything?
They were, we were sitting here talking about it, and all they would have to do is check her touching the bar, but guaranteed they were going back over the entire rules, what Michael said, in order to specifically make sure that it said touching, not grabbing, and was it a grab, was it a touch? There was an entire committee of people. Yeah, well, it was like everybody, I guarantee you, everybody was huddled around that thing. It was like Janelle when Boogie jumped off the volcano thing and she let go. They didn't come back for like 15 minutes or something and tell her that she let go. And she's like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. The worst in this show's history was last year when Erica won HOH and they took it away from her because the buzzers weren't working right.
That was bad.
And then Janelle got it. That was was last year when Erica was even talking to...
Well, his thing was not working.
There was a few of them, but I was talking to...
I know. What were you going to say, right?
And I'm like, well, Erica took it pretty well. And they're like, no, that was editing. I would have been furious too.